Hi, one best PR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. His name is Mike Brenner. We're the odds golfer from SportsbookReview.com. This is the opening line show for Monday, December 5th, Week 14 in the NFL. Mike Brenner, you're coming off a great week in the NFL. Let's throw the record up there. A very good week. 8-5 is what you went. 8-5 is what you went. You had some nice plays, and you took a Green Bay was a nice call, but you also took them on the first quarter, which wound up being minus a half. So you took a loser with that one. But 0-0. And your other loser was Atlanta. We'll talk about that in a second. Atlanta didn't get it done. Everything else, though, you pretty much nailed. Cincinnati, I was on that one with you.
I love that.
And I was so busy that I forgot to be like, all right, Cincinnati team total over and the first half. If I wasn't so busy, I would have thrown that on, had two more winners myself, but I forgot to do that.
Same here. I forgot to do it on my personal account because I was too busy as well and forgot. And that was the one game I was almost most excited about, that in Pittsburgh.
But you did wind up giving the first half in our shows. All right, so let's, and I went 4-0 in the shows as well last week in the NFL.
High five on that
all right,
but
so,
you know what, though? I got a bone to pick with you. You kind of stiffed us on the company party. You were a no-show pistol, Pete.
Okay, so we got NFL Week 14. We got NFL Week 14, and I guess let's start with, I don't know. I guess the first one that we can talk about is this a bounce back spot for Atlanta? Because I don't know, they're going into LA. Goff playing a little bit better, maybe. They had a couple of drops, maybe are fixable for the Rams.
And they just renewed the coach's contract 2 more years, Jeff Fisher.
So it's a tough, tricky spread. I don't know. It's so far I haven't given any opinions to myself or made any bets on it. What do you think?
Well, I've been kind of close with Atlanta all year and had a good feel. And there was a lot of games there was a couple games where they lost in the end, but they were staying in it. They were fighting. And I told you, I said, Pete, they're gonna come back even hungrier, But now the way they lost that game, Eric Berry first had the pick 6, and then he gets that pick 2, all right? That, I think, drained them. I saw Matt Ryan's face after that. I saw some of the other players. It's like, man, I mean, that's one hell of a way to lose. So this week, Pete, as of right now, it's a 10-foot pole for me right now because I don't know if they can be that same team that comes right back strong. They got a lot of stuff they need to work on, and Matt Ryan for 2 weeks now starting to get into a little bit of his old habits, and when that happens, hopefully Dan Quinn can turn that around for them. But I don't know. I'm going to look at it, and it wouldn't surprise me, though, if they go get the win because they're still in that division.
And it wouldn't be surprised me if they get the win but don't cover. They're giving a lot of points here, 5.5, 6, market-wide. Another game similar to that, Cincinnati at Cleveland. Now, Cincinnati, they basically need to win out to make the playoffs. Talented team, but they're going into Cleveland. Cleveland's coming off a bye. Again, given 5.5 or 6, this might be a scrappy game. Cleveland might come in off the bye, give it everything they have. Cincinnati scraps out a win, maybe in a low-scoring game. I'm leaning under in that one. But
what's the line sitting?
5.5, 6 market wide. The Greek has 4.5.
Okay, I'm all over this. And the way that the Bengals came back strong at Philly, and I felt that they would do that. All right, was that at home or at Philly? I think it was at Philly.
Yeah.
All right. The way that they put it together, Andy Dalton.
No, it was at home. It was
at home. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that offense said, we've been this good all year. We just haven't put it together, and I think that defense will stand up. I think nobody wants to be the one team that loses to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And you got a coach that's maybe fighting for his job. That team's looking to. I love it, Pete. I think Cleveland, that break did nothing for them. I don't think there's anybody can save that team. And who's under the center there? I don't know who it's going to be.
I think it's going to be McCown, I assume.
Yeah, I'm all over it. Give it to me. I'm going to take the full game at 5.5.
Well, actually, the Greek has 4.5, so we'll give you 4.5 minus 115 is the current line at the Greek.
And then on the first half, I'm not going to take that yet, but later in the week I might look into that.
All right, the market is all confused about this one.
Yeah,
the
line
is spanning from 4.5 to 6. I'm leaning Cleveland there, but I'm stronger leaning to the under, and maybe I'll give that one.
Now,
I'll hold off on that one.
Because Cleveland's defense does show up once in a while, and I heard they're getting a little bit healthier, but we'll see.
Yeah, and Cincinnati actually, their last game went over, which I was on, but before that they had 3 straight unders. So it's a tough one. And then also Minnesota coming off a bye. They're at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a team pretty much in shambles now.
I thought of you yesterday when I saw Blake Bortles had 2 interceptions, and I was thinking of what you were saying. He's to the point now where. Yeah, Pete. Coming off a bye as well. Minnesota's defense is healthier. They have to.
I'm sorry, not off a bye. They're coming off a long week. They played on the Thursday game.
Exactly. But that makes a big difference, though.
Sure.
I think now Jacksonville knows they're so depleted mentally, and everybody there's going to be a major shakeup there. Everybody knows that. What do they have to fight for? And Minnesota needs this win. What's the current line?
Well, it opened at 3. It's got no surprise gotten bet up to a 3.5. Some places still holding 3 minus 125.
I'm going to take that before it goes.
All right.
because it's going to go.
Yeah, it is going to go up.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do is just take the full game. So
All
give
right,
me
so
Minnesota.
-3, -125.
Yeah, Pete, what do you think?
I'm leaning Jacksonville in this one.
Wow,
But,
really?
yeah.
How come? I gotta ask
I'm
you.
waiting because Jacksonville. I think that if they start to get enough points, they'll be a good bet here. They're a team that very what's the word? Mistake prone. They shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
But they also do produce a little bit under the radar, and I'm thinking that they're going to keep this one relatively close. But
You going to pull the trigger?
no, I didn't pull it at 3. At 3.5, I'm still going to wait. This one might get up to 5, something like that.
I think it probably
at
will.
At 5,
yeah.
I would take it. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of money coming in on Minnesota, at least publicly.
Pistol
Not
Pete
necessarily
breaking
sharply.
it
All right,
down.
yeah.
Love
What
it.
else? Then another one, Washington coming off of a loss.
Yeah.
Do they bounce
Wow.
back against Philly? We loved Cincinnati in a similar spot where they really needed a win against Philly last week.
I'm all over it.
Washington at Philly this week. Carson Wentz, obviously, as the season wears on, maybe the grind's getting to him a little bit, maybe committing a
He's
bunch
a little
more
bit banged up
mistakes.
too now.
Yeah.
I heard he took a couple shots, but I liked what Kirk Cousins did. They fought in that game. They had their chances to win it. They also know that besides Dallas, they're right there in that hunt with the Giants losing. All right, and the way that the Giants lost and Philly's already out of it, they know they need this game. I think they go in and beat down Philadelphia. I have no problem. And again, I bleed Philly green, but buddy, I'm telling you right now, this is about cashing a ticket. What's the full game at?
Well, it's a pick 'em or -1.
Jeez,
So
Pete.
I'm going to take. I'm actually going to take Washington -1 plus 106 as a pinnacle line.
I'm
or
gonna
you could take
totally.
pick 'em,
Nope,
or
I'm
you could
taking
pick
that
'em
with you.
-110.
Why
Okay,
not take six more from that bastard?
-1 plus 106
Yep.
is the current pinnacle
like it,
line
Pete.
on Washington.
I like
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
All right,
call.
let's see what else. Every game this week is kind of interesting.
It
Carolina, what's up with them? How do they bounce back from the loss?
And I
Huge
was all
blowout
over that.
loss.
You know,
Yes, great
man,
call on that
wow,
one. That was a
over
great
it.
call.
But what happened, Pete? You know, I don't know if you watched the game itself, but under center, first play of the game was Derek Anderson.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I saw that.
Yeah,
So,
well, did you find out? I heard.
Yeah.
Well, again, Cam Newton is really losing the faith of the organization. Now they're getting kind of sick of what's going on. And I'm telling you, this all springs back from that loss in the Super Bowl. I said it. That guy is not going to be able to bounce back. If he does, I'll be totally shocked mentally if he bounces back. They've mailed it in. Riverboat Ron, and he's a big gambler. That's where he got the Riverboat Ron. He goes out on those gambling boats. Riverboat Ron even knows that this season's done. I think this is going to be absolutely the spot right now.
For San Diego.
Again,
They're coming off a loss.
Yep, but I'm not doing the full game, so I'm going to give an opener, and here's why. Because now Phillip Rivers is into that second half implosion mode, okay? And he did it again yesterday. But realistically, they think if they can win out, they have a shot. So I like them more than and it's in San Diego, right?
No, it's in Carolina.
It's in Carolina. In Carolina. Yep, I'm going to take the first half. What opener will I use on
what
that?
do you want? To Pinnacle, Bookmaker, whatever you want.
Yeah, we'll take the bookmaker. What's the full game sitting at?
It's about 1 or 1.5 favor of Carolina
I
right
like
now.
it. Yep.
Okay.
Chargers first half. I'll go bookmaker.
And then let's see what else is interesting. Dallas coming off of a long week, right? They've now had 2 straight wins where they didn't cover. They've had a run of 11 straight wins, and they also had 9 straight covers. Now their last 2 they won but didn't cover. And the Giants, of course, got beat down by the Steelers. Great call on that one. And 3 or 3.5 on paper, you could easily make a strong case for Dallas. Maybe they'll get a little complacent here with the long week. Maybe, I don't know. What do you think? Sunday night game?
No, I don't think so at all, because even though they haven't covered the ATS, which they don't give a shit about, this team is just so proud of themselves. And I'm, because they stick in there, they don't give up, and they play consistent. They don't make a lot of mistakes. And again, you know what that does, Pete? Especially with Jerry Jones, your confidence just continues to grow. And as long as these rookies stay healthy, this team will be absolutely just. They're going to be dangerous, and right now they know they can put the dagger in the Giants. The Giants, I felt it. They got revealed, even though they had 6 wins in a row or whatever. They were exposed last night, and Eli Manning is going to be so overwhelmed from this defense. He's going to do it again. He's going to make mistakes. I'm going to jump on Dallas on the first half and the full game.
Okay, well, the full game best line would be -3, -110, which is at the Greek. Everyone else has -115, but some places have -120.
First half
Greek
we'll
has
give
-110, and take the bookmaker opener.
You got it. Pistol, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm still looking into it. I mean, you can make obviously a strong case for Dallas. I'm worried a little bit about the spot that maybe the Giants being a little bit overlooked, although they did also have some.
Pierre got hurt yesterday.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
They got another guy got pulled.
So they got injuries on defense now. So I don't know.
It's over. The reality is going to show, and Dallas knows now we have to do it against a division foe. And there's one. I think they get right back on the ATS ticket cashing machine. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to look into that one more. but
feeling
all
good
right.
about it now, buddy.
I'm telling you one that I'm going to give now.
Okay.
This might be a loser, but what the hell?
What
I'm
the
going to
hell?
take. It's a little bit of a big balls play on Monday night. I'm going to take Baltimore against New England, getting 7.5.
Dennis, he's lost it.
It's going. I'm going to take the Greek line, which is 7.5 minus 115.
What do you got against Tom Brady?
No, nothing. I just think that
I know. No,
Baltimore,
I'm kidding.
the defense really good. I liked actually
Buddy,
Baltimore
they
late.
look so good offensively this weekend. Joe Flacco again. That's what worries me though. Flacco, to me, it doesn't. It's rare that he goes back-to-back unbelievable
and especially
games.
when he goes on the road. Yes.
And New England, that chip is still there, buddy. It's still there. What's the line?
Well, it's 7. I'm going to take it 7 or 7.5. I'm going to take 7.5 minus 115. Obviously, Gronk is out. Brady might be a little bit banged up. Obviously, New England is a quality team. Obviously, I'm sort of banking on a New England win, but ATS loss here, which they have been doing recently.
You're making some sense,
Yeah.
Pete. I'm gonna hold off on that because another thing, Harbaugh's a hell of a coach, and he knows how to go against Belichick. Believe it or not, I just think he knows how this guy calls his games, and their defense is definitely one of the best in the league, and I think it's going to be a tough game. I'm going to stay off of that.
And now another very, very interesting one.
go.
Mike Brenner, you had a great call on Seattle. You had a great call on Green Bay last week. Two winners. Now they're matched up against each other in Green Bay. Green Bay's 2.5 or 3-point home
Sure
dog.
that's in Green Bay?
Yep, it's in Green Bay, 2.5 or 3-point home dog, and Green Bay still. How much have they fixed their issues? And Seattle, obviously, a massive game yesterday. Russell Wilson looking great. The big safety who got injured is a big hit on defense. They still have a bunch of other defensive starters that they got
Earl
back.
Thomas,
So
but as long as you have Bennett, you have Kim Chancellor, and you got Sherman, you got nothing to worry about. They're deep. But the thing that worries me, and the reason I was going to pull the trigger, but I'm holding off, is I want to see what the weather does, because that weather changes everything in the wintertime. Look at that game yesterday.
Sure.
It was snowflakes the whole time. But one thing, Russell Wilson, that was the first game he wasn't on the injured list since the beginning of the season, and it showed. He was unbelievable. He was so focused, and the defense, though, is so confident right now, I think. But the cold weather, I don't know how Seattle would. I'm going to hold off on that, Pete, because that's going to be around for a minute.
Well, Seattle's used to playing in the cold weather, but the question to me is now Aaron Rodgers has some injury questions right now as well.
What's the line at?
It's 2.5 or 3 in favor of Seattle.
You know what? I'm going to take it for the full game. Give me the 2.5.
Right, it's 2.5. Pinnacle minus 115.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
I'm doing it. Full game, baby.
Yep. Okay, and then is there anything else? We touched on almost every game, but is there anything else? We didn't touch on what? Pittsburgh. Is that the game?
Detroit.
Oh, okay.
I like these Lions. Again, this is another team that you have a quarterback that figured out how to put 4 quarters together, and he's not making those mistakes that he made. And Jim Caldwell, all right, and I've not been a big fan of his. He's quietly put together a decent defense. This team has confidence now, unlike any other. They blew out New Orleans. When you can shut Drew Brees down in his backyard, pick him off 3 times, that tells me a lot. Chicago, coming off a win against a nobody, against a nobody, is going to get rocked. They're going to go into Detroit.
With Barkley, a rookie who's playing on the road. It might be a tough assignment for him.
Exactly. And what I'm going to do, what's the full game sitting at?
It's, this one is also spans from 7.5 to 9, so we can give you 7.5 minus 108, which is a pinnacle line.
I'm going to take that 7.5, and I'm going to do a bookmaker first half opener.
Okay.
The reason is I really think they're going to come out strong like they did the other last week. I like that one. I think that team's going to be dangerous in the playoffs. Golden Tate is lighting it up right now.
Yeah, and the Lions have covered 7 out of their last 8.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying, what was that guy's name? Calvin Johnson? Megatron? Where's he at? Yeah.
The Bears have 3 straight covers, though. Yeah, it's tough that it's going to be on the road in a dome with the,
a team that's flying high, buddy, and healthier than they've been in a while. Yeah.
The thing is, though, that Detroit, they in general this year, they've needed a lot of comebacks, which makes me nervous to take them. This might be a game where they're sort of flat early. And then,
but they went into the Saints, into New Orleans, and owned it from start to finish and separated themselves in the first quarter, and they never were in jeopardy of losing that lead. So at home against a Chicago team that, hell, I think you and Dennis could score a touchdown against the damn 49ers. All right, they looked good yesterday because I don't know why, but they had that one Jay Howard, the running back.
Sure.
Without him, there was nothing there. I'm all over it, Pete.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll probably, the team totals come out later on. We have no clue
much
what
later
they
on.
are.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can guess, but the totals haven't. Oh no, the totals are out. So team total what? Under which?
No, I would take team total over for Detroit. I think they're going to score 35 or 40 points.
Yeah,
here.
that would be about maybe 26, 25 and a half or so. I mean, you have to take it when it opens, which might be a little bit higher. But
now, which one would you recommend for the opener? Because you
are
my line shopper.
I don't know. Oh, take Pinnacle team total opener.
You got it. I like it. What are your thoughts on that?
Detroit has also been a big undertrending team as well, though. So it might be low scoring. We'll see, though. This might be a
by
little
the
bit.
way, I had some Twitter messages this weekend. There's like 5 people on this weekend. They don't even bet, but they watch our show because somebody in their family bets, and that's how they found out. I'm not kidding you. That's like the ultimate compliment.
Yeah, that is. Wow. People who watch a betting show and don't even bet.
Exactly.
That's a massive compliment.
Hey, odds couple doing
Strange
it, baby.
compliment. Okay, so I guess that's about it.
No,
Mike
I got
Brenner's-
one other.
Okay, let's hear it.
And
Let's
I
hear
like
it.
this one.
Okay.
You're going to be a little shocked, I
All
think.
right. Okay.
I'm taking Arizona. All right. I'm taking a dog at Miami on the full game because Miami, right now, Tannehill, even though he sounded good in his press conference, 3 interceptions. He looked sloppy. And that team is a team in building. It takes time. And right now, I think Arizona's experience is going to definitely just overtake them. Carson Palmer looked really good. He did.
I'm a little bit. I'm definitely leaning Miami in this one. In fact, that might be
I'm going the other way.
and why because I understand Tannehill is completely inconsistent, and a dud is never a surprise in any situation, especially in a game at home where he's supposed to do well. And
they're having receiver issues as far as injuries, and I think the defense of Arizona will just be on top of this team. They're coming off a big win, and Arians is now announcing this might be his last year because of his health. I think this team gathers around and gives it a shot. So I'm going to take. What's the best line you can give me? How many points can I get?
Arizona?
Full game,
for
baby.
Arizona.
Yep.
It is headed down a little bit, which is good. It opened at 2.5, and the Greek is still hanging 2.5. So plus 2.5 minus 110.
I'm going to take the 2.5.
Yeah. All right.
I like that. And I have one other, and I know I have a lot this week.
No, that's good.
I've got a 3-team teaser because I cashed another one yesterday.
All right, we'll do this at Bookmaker, I guess.
Yep, we're going to do this at Bookmaker. I'm going to use Detroit.
Okay, so the 3-team 10 points.
Yep, 3-team 10
Okay, so that'll put you up to plus 1.
Okay, and I'm going to use Dallas.
That'll put you at plus 7.
Okay. And on top of that one, I am going to jump all over this one. I think it's going to be a no-brainer. I want you to give me on top of that the Redskins.
Okay, that'll be plus 10.
I love that. I love that one. Yep.
All right.
And that's it.
All right.
It for me, Pistol.
Okay.
Wow.
Mike Brenner, interesting week. I feel like there's a lot of value. I feel like there's a lot of plays I'm going to be on as well later on in the week. We'll see how the totals shake out.
Yeah. Hey, college,
do more
we did
research.
too.
Yeah,
We had a good
college,
college.
absolutely. All right. Sounds good, Mike Brenner. That's our opening line show for Monday, December 5th, NFL Week 14. We'll be back later on this week with picks updates and, of course, our recap show on Friday.
Stick around because I'll be adding a few myself.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SPR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.